The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I lie down in a green pasture. Him leadeth I beside still water. Them him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea, though I RASTA go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Unu prepare a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Unu anointed I head with unu oil, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I even. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah, kedama we groma بيا تيلا إيه أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإيلا في قريش إيلا في رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البلد الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. How Mauso Bolisa Adanuoto it was a clear for our Tanyumo you all are done. This is the Black Pot, and my name, Blakk Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there's something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes relocate into the black pot, relegating all their differences to the background. Differences of color, shapes, sizes, and even aromas and flavors. They are subjected to some amount of heating and then they produce food. Ironically, they do not even partake in the eating of the food. It is us, the eaters, who do. That is why we say we are in a generation that has to be generationally thinking. This is the lesson of the black pot and the ingredients. Yes, they do not partake in the enjoyment of the food, yet every time they rise to the occasion to produce this food for us, the eaters. It's generational thinking. It's a thinking of selflessness. How many of us believe that we will not plant trees as long as we will not live long enough to benefit from the shades and the trees of the trees and even the fruits? How many of us believe that every poor person is lazy? And how many people believe that we have it all and we work very hard to have it, therefore nobody is deserving of having a bite of this? This is the Black Pot, and this is what the show is all about. It's all about generational thinking. Above all, it's about patriotism. Here we don't talk politics. What we do is called patriotism. Nobody is bigger than the truth. It's all about the bigger picture. Ghana, Africa, our people. This is the Black Pot, and we are in the service of God and country. Remember, here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we'll do that on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That's why we keep saying that we are in the service of God and country. This is the Black Pot. Welcome. We are live on YouTube, and our YouTube channel is Blakk Empire Media. Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K. And of course, we are also live on Facebook. It's also Blakk Empire Media. Please subscribe to our channels and hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you'll be reminded to watch us. Do me a favor. Please share this broadcast. Like and comment. We will read your comments here. No two ways about that. It's all about the bigger picture of Ghana. Remember, we are sponsored by ISIT. I-S-I-T, a spirit in truth. And ISIT is the latest social media app everybody's talking about, built by Ghanaian engineers in America, and it does wonders. Now, you can go live on ISIT. You can also make audio and video calls. You can even do text messaging. And above all, Is it is so positive? There's no negativity. There are powerful algorithms that will remove anything negative before it even pops its ugly head out. So why are you still on that social media app that brings you nothing but violence, racism, and nudity? It's all about it. This is ISIT, in spirit, in truth. Yes, connect with family and friends and make crystal clear memories. How can you be part of it? Just download the app from Google Play and App Store and you are on. This is the show you've been waiting for. It's called The Blakk Pot, aka Kuko Show no more. And today we have 5 issues we want to be very quick with. Now the first story rolls on your screen and it looks like this, a display of culture. Bonohene banned as Asantehene storms funeral. Now there was a funeral. What exactly was the funeral about? Asantehene appeared there in total regalia. Full regalia. Regalia to the zenith. A display of culture. My brother, my sister, and even acrobatics. Look at the photos that are flowing. In fact, the Ashanti culture was displayed to the maximum when it comes to funerals. Even statues were not spared. My brother, my sister, the Asantehene was in town. And the whole town was held hostage. Oh, flags were flying all over the place, supporting Asante Kotoko. Oh, yes. My brother, my sister, look at the photographs. Look at the mammoth crowd. And look at the dressing of the people. Oh, my God. The Batakari also represented, live and colored, borrowed from the people of the northern region of Ghana. My brother, my sister, Asante history will never end without the people of the north, especially the Dagombes, playing a role, and vice versa. That is why there is the need for peace and unity amongst our people. Look at the pretty Ashanti women. So solid and nice, so sumptuous and so juicy. In fact, displaying culture in all its entirety, length and breadth. This is what it is, the funeral. But what funeral was it? What funeral was it? Let's take the story. When Asantehene, Asantemai took over Brekum. When Asantehene and Asantemai took over the whole of Brekum. Now Brekum is part of Bono. Why is this a big story? We will find out pretty soon. Run the story. All right. So watch what it is. It says Asantehene. In fact, Asantemai, led by the Asantehene, Otumfo Osetutu II, stormed Brekum, a community in the Bono region, for the final funeral rite of the late paramount chief of the Brekum traditional area, Brekum Hene, Dasibre Dr. Amankona Dewo II, on Thursday, November the 23rd, 2023. That was yesterday. Come here. Interesting. The Asantehene's visit to Brekum was clouded with tension because of the seeming feud between him and the Domahene and chairman of the Bono Regional House of Chiefs, Osajifu Osiadiayo Nana Ajimabedu I, which led to the former being injuncted from attending the funeral. And I call him Bonohene. Because for now, he's talking only about Bono and about the fact that they have a powerful history detached from the Asante history. And that is where the feud is. He is the chief of what? Doma. And at the same time, the chairman of the whole of the Bono Regional House of Chiefs. So he is Bonohene. And his name is what? Osajifu Osiadiayo Nana Ajimabedu I. The Asantehene Domahene rivalry aside, Asantemai shook the Bono land during the funeral of the late Dasibre Dr. Amankona Dewo II. And those are the pictures. But I am excited about one thing. Yes, there's a feud. And Asantehene moved all the way from the capital, Kumasi, and went into Bonohene, Brekum, and there was not a single arrow pulled at anybody. No gunshot, no blows, no hair from anybody's head was hurt. It means it was well coordinated. Yes, they have a feud, but what about that? Is it not over? They told Domahine to stay away from the funeral, and he agreed and stayed away. That's it. He stayed away so that there would be a strong cultural cohesion. Why was the Domahine asked to stay away? Because you have somebody who is coming to your land. At least your land will be represented, even if you alone are absent. So get the rest of the people to come together and enjoy this beautiful cultural display. He understood and stayed away without making any comment. Now, I wished that there was no feud at all, but sometimes some of these feuds, better still disagreements, are necessary to be able to put things straight, especially if they are done in an atmosphere of good health and understanding. When academicians meet, when historians meet, they argue a lot, but at the end of the day, history wins. Academia wins. I want to believe that this is the kind of feud going on between the Asantehene and the Domahine. As I said, at the end of the day, look at the beautiful cultural display in the area. Everybody enjoying himself. There was fun all over the place. The beauty of Asantehene came to bear. The beauty of Bonohene came to bear. And everybody, in fact, was in an atmosphere of the cultural spirit. Congratulations to Bono and congratulations to Asantehene. Bonohene, Asantehene, we say congratulations. And I hope that very soon, and I see it coming, the Otumfo would invite Domahine and say, Onuya, that is saying, Yakunka kreye, brafie men didi wate, fufuo bi wa ha, na uba breme banchi, any bayire, any bodie, na ohima awo fufuo, ama iti bra. That's how a king rules his people. If you ward off people from criticizing you, it will come to a time when you would introduce what is known as the culture of silence. And when a nation or a kingdom gets to that level, it means it has become a banana nation. Better still, it's gone bananas. Congratulations to the academic disagreement. And all academicians are ready to see what is going to happen, especially historians. It will set the record straight. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Koko Shonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Come here. Next story. Now, the next story we are looking at, and remember to keep your comments coming in. It says, Bawumia, the failed economist, silenced. This is Bawumia. But who is calling him a failed economist? My brother, my sister, is an NDC guy. We all know this guy, don't we? We know him. He says Bawumia is a failed economist. And interestingly, this gentleman is also coming from Bono. He's the representative of the NDC in Bono. He's one of their communication people. And he calls Bawumia a failed economist. What is Mr. AJ exactly saying? Run the story. Can a failed economist criticize Mohammed's 24-hour economy? He's asking a simple question. Run the story. Now, if there is anyone who doesn't understand the 24-hour economy, is Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, whose leadership was been based on lies, comic jokes, and peddled falsehood. All indicators under Bawumia as head of the economic management team exposes how shambolic his leadership and government has been. And this is an article written by the gentleman whose photograph we showed. Abysmal performance of the cedi to the dollar, 12 cedis to $1. Excessive borrowing, but nothing to account for. Our public debt now is hovering around 800 billion cedis. Inflation in this country now is unprecedentedly over 40%. The ordinary Ghanaian faces the effects of this bad performance on daily basis. Come here, let's continue. So this is Mr. J speaking. Now, Bawumia has proven to Ghanaians that he has been incompetent as a vice president and cannot hold the office of a president. He lacks credibility and cannot be trusted. Ghanaians cannot do a try and error thing this time around. Ghanaians need an expert, an experienced candidate, and that is the visionary John Dramani Mahama. Ghanaians have now come to differentiate greatly between Bawumia and the visionary nation builder JDM. My brother, my sister, and he's attempting to tell us what exactly the 24-hour economy is. Practical examples of how the 24-hour economy will be operationalized to enhance productivity and job creation include: 1. 24-hour operation of manufacturing companies and other factories with participating companies benefiting from security patrols and tax breaks. Major construction projects to operate a 24-hour multiple shift system with participating companies benefiting from security patrols and tax incentives. Thirdly, retail trading centers, including supermarkets, pharmacies, restaurants, fuel stations, and convenience stores that join the program will benefit from security patrols and tax incentives. 4. Public institutions with huge workloads and customer traffic will operate 9 shifts to enhance productivity and enable citizens to have better services. 5. The 24-hour port services would also be encouraged. This will ensure around-the-clock clearance of goods, the clearance and transportation of goods from the port in the night to various destinations that will lessen traffic at the port, on the motorway, and on our highways. This will also enhance efficiency and productivity and create more employment opportunities. Number 6, 24-hour operation of the Accra Digital Center and IT industry. Under the President JDM, the Accra Digital Center was set up to employ 10,000 Ghanaians in digital, that's ICT and related jobs. The Accra Digital Center has uniquely positioned Ghana to act as the BPO, Business Process Outsourcing, and KPO, Knowledge Process Outsourcing capital of West Africa. Now, under the 24-hour economy, the center will service different geographical time zones and employ over 10,000 youths. And Eric Ejay, who is a deputy Bono Communications Officer of the NDC, says additionally, the already announced $3 billion private sector-led investment in ICT by the John Dramani Mahama government will leverage 5G technology and open new and innovative job openings in data analytics, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, e-governance, and data protection. And this again is coming from Erica J., Deputy Bono Communications Officer. This is him. Not the best of grammar, but the best of understanding. My brother, have you ever wondered why when it's time in the morning to go to work, there's so much traffic? Have you wondered when it's time to close 5 p.m., Accra and some other cities in Ghana, so crowded and so packed in traffic? It's all because it's a one-way nation. We call it from 8 to 5. Everybody works from 8 to 5. So if you are not at work between 8 and 5, it means you are unemployed. And what John Dramani Mahama is saying is that he wants to operate a 24-hour economy where people would not only go to work between 8 and 5, but even go to work after 5 till the following day. You know what this is going to do? Like the brethren here said, it's going to lessen traffic on our roads. Now all of us don't have to crowd up and be on the streets like zombies who have been programmed to rise at a certain time and close at a certain time. There will be flexibility. It will come to a time that you can even decide what time you want to go to work. After all, you are judged by the number of hours you work. That is why in America, you hear our brothers saying, oh, I do 4 jobs. Because 2 hours, no, I 4 hours, 1 hour be so the last one say 2 hours. They are talking about hourly work. Unlike us here, when we say we are employed, it means that government has decided to pay us for no work done most of the time. And civil servants are the worst culprits. Go to our offices, the so-called government offices. They think that they are doing you a favor. You go to somebody's office, you want a birth certificate, and they are throwing around their weights. Goro boys have to come in and take money from you. And you sit back and say, what the heck is happening? Are these people not paid to serve us? Now, when there's a 24-hour economy, those places will not close at 5. They will continue working till the following day. Anytime you go in there, even at 12 midnight, they are supposed to be open and you are supposed to be working with them. But again, it's a beautiful article, very short and straight to the point. He's saying that all these organizations and outfits and companies would enjoy tax breaks and at the same time enjoy security patrols. It means that we need more people in the security service. Because if a gas station is going to be operating 24 hours, we all know that gas stations in Accra close at 10. Apart from those that are well secured, just a few. It means that if they have to work 24 hours, security has to be really tight. It means we have to put emphasis on what? Security. In economies like those of America and England and the rest, they spend a lot on security. Oh yes, they do. CCTV cameras everywhere. Even if a mosquito comes flying, the CCTV camera is going to pick it up. It's all part of security. And they know that if they misbehave, they are going to be caught. We see so many people wear masks, get into shops in America and England and rob. And we are able to find them out using other security measures. Apart from the CCTV, their fingerprints and all those things are used to catch them. That's what is called forensics. So there's the need for the police force to be what? To be what? Beefed up. And it's time for private security firms to also spring up. And credibility would be the key word. But my fear here is not only about the tax breaks and the security, it's also about this thing. Come here, my lad. Watch me. The average Ghanaian is a lazy idiot. You put a Ghanaian in there to work, and he's supposed to be paid according to the number of hours he works. He will not be honest enough to tell you, I worked 2 hours and then I went to bed. Nah, I worked through that the whole night. I couldn't even sleep. We need supervisors. We also need to understand and uphold the bedrock of patriotism. This I will preach every time. There was a politician in my days who was always talking domestication, and people were laughing at him. He died. He's gone with his domestication. It was a very positive thing he was talking about. If your mind is not domesticated, then you are wild. If you are an animal, and you know that, if you are an animal, you are not domesticated, then you are wild and you are in the jungle. Civility. Domestication should go beyond just looking within the four corners of Ghana. It also talks about civility, and in civility we find patriotism. 99.99% of Ghanaians are nowhere near patriotism. They don't love the country. For them, if they have a way, they should close down the whole nation and send them to other countries to go and live there and have fun. You are an idiot if you think like that. These words might sound harsh, but I can't find any other words to substitute that. My brother, you have a nation. The Americans had their nation. They did what they did to be able to fix their nation and be proud of their nation. The Americans are proud of their nations. Of course, there are some people who are not proud of America because of the history of America. But a majority of the people in America, they love their nation and they will do everything possible. As civilized human beings, we know that that is the only nation we have. Any other country we go to, we are not natives of the nation, therefore we are strangers. We might not even have the same rights as the citizens of the nation. So your surest bet is to make sure that you brighten the corner where you find yourself. But Ghanaians don't seem to think so. Oh, my brother is a minister. If I get a visa, I'm done. I know a certain family. I don't want to put the name of the family here. Some two gentlemen in the family were asked by a minister of state who was their uncle, what do you want me to do for you? And they were watching him. He said, I have two options. I am going to take care of you to university level. And if you want to continue after university, I'll push you to get your master's and also your PhD because you are brilliant students. And I would also make sure that I give you the business of your choice to do right now, depending on whether you want to go to school or you want to do business. But the choice is in your hands. Tell us exactly what you want to do. A lot of Ghanaian families will say, get me a visa to go out. Right now, the American visa is greater than even the Bible. Right now, a lot of Ghanaians value the American visa more than the Bible. Hey, go to the church, any church in Ghana, put an American visa and put the Bible. And ask them, the whole church, this is an American visa, and that is the Bible. Those who come for the American visa, this is the American ambassador, you go to America straight. And those who want the Bible, take the Bible and sit here in Ghana and read from Genesis all the way to Revelation. God will bless you. The whole church will be empty. The Bible will stay there and rot. They will all go after the American visa. True? The truth is very bitter. Go to the mosque. Put the Quran here and put the American visa here. If the Malams are around, some people might be forced to go for the Quran. So let all the Malams leave and let them do secret voting. You will go to the mosque and the Quran is there and all the American visas are gone. That is the level. The average Ghanaian has deteriorated in his thinking. It's not bad to travel to America. It's not bad to go to England. It's not bad to go to China. But when your whole life depends on a visa, I pity you. I pity you. He's asking you, what university in Africa do you want to go to? And when you finish, you have the opportunity to go to any university around the world. And your choice is that he should forget all the schooling and give you a visa to America. You want to go and hustle. You are sick. My brother, my sister, this is where we have reached. Our nation has come to the crossroads. And we need to be able to instill the discipline of patriotism in our citizens, or else we'll fail. 100 years later, people are going to play back this tape. And they will say that there was a guy, oh, he died years back. He was called Black RASTA. I wouldn't be here then. That this was what he said about patriotism. And it shall become an anthem for the people. There's nothing Mahama can do for Ghana. Just as Nana Akufo-Addo has done nothing for Ghana. If Mahama does not look at patriotism, forget it. That's the bedrock. That's the visa to prosperity for our nation. I'm telling you, wallahi. You live in a country where people do not love the country. How would the country grow in hatred? You live in a country where people are ready to strangulate the country so they can live. You live in a country where the politicians that we are voting into power to help us love our country themselves have paraded visas in front of them for their families and children so that when they hear gong, they are out. How? By what magic is the country going to grow? Abracadabra. Let's be serious. I am saying that Ghana will go nowhere without patriotism. Today when you talk about patriotism, people think we are mad. Oh, na Ghana dear, ade. Me di Ghana here dear. Ah, chrome time we. Ah, somebody would even say chrome phone kwa. Oh, nkwasi afon kwa na omugu Ghana. Me dear chale pe visa bima me na me pe me baby nko. Hey, he's saying that his land is full of fools. His land is full of thieves. And for that matter, he wants to go to the land of the wise. How did they become wise? You think they all ran away to another man's land and built factories there to churn out wise people? No, they started from the ground. And by natural selection, the foolish ones started dying one after the other. By natural selection, the unpatriotic ones would all be inundated in hellfire one after the other. When you put your mind to the task and say that no, it's time to be patriotic. What does it cost you to be patriotic? Your sons and daughters are all running to America and England. They have allegiance to the Americans. Look, a pastor friend of mine, I don't want to mention his name. Kai. The other day he approached me that he wanted his son to go to school in England. I said, well, it's good. So we're able to help him. He sent the son to England. 2 years later, little boy, about 6-7 years. 2 years later, he went to England and he called me so happy. My brother says, slangs. It means my child is speaking like the British right now. I'm happy. You are losing your identity. You are so proud of other people's accents more than your accent. You are so proud of other people's culture more than your culture. You are prouder when it comes to their dressing. So when you dress like them, you feel like you're on top of the world. But when you dress like how you're supposed to dress as you feel you are an occultist or even, I don't know. We have a problem, brethren. So to cut this story short, Mr. Mahama, if you may listen to me, you will never succeed if you don't put patriotism, number one, as your main agenda. And again, if I may just suggest, be measured in the promises you give to the people. Always tell them that the biggest problem we have right now is patriotism. Add it to your campaign. 24-hour economy is a hit. We love it. But the 24 hours, if the supervisor that you put in there is not patriotic, he will sign people and say they worked 18 hours when actually they were sleeping or they didn't come there at all. How are you going to be able to tell that they worked this number of hours? As for the private man, he would make sure that it happens. My brother, have you heard about how our brethren and sistren have gone to America and England and Germany to work so hard, breaking their backs? Some of them even come here with a permanently destroyed spine. And they set up businesses and employ their younger brothers and sisters here to help alleviate the poverty issue. And these employed people, the employees, they end up stealing and crippling and killing the company that somebody worked several years in the cold to build. I don't know how many people are listening. A lot of Ghanaians abroad have lost hope in Ghana and decided that they will just go and die in the fridge. They struggled, and their mind was that Minyaska Kakra Meko Ghana. Especially our Ashanti brethren. When you hear them speak, it's all about Charlie, you be trap job kakra. Minyaska Kakra, them they are Ghana na mako baby bikra kakra. Me see that ba kwa na my baby bikra kakra try job kakra. But some of our other brothers from other regions, I don't want to mention those regions, before people start eating me up. They like it when they go there and they come, and their brothers hold pure water following them, bottled water. Follow ya azo, hey I am muchega azo, wait, hey I am muchega oh, wallahi ya azo gida, ya USI, ya US, and you tell what I'm saying, man, what are you saying? Give me the water. You are a fool. Yes, you are. What is the value you are putting on your brothers and sisters? Some other people are so seriously struggling to come home and put something. Even with them, their own brothers and sisters steal from them and kill the business. The other day, I sat at home and I was thinking. I said, the Kumburwa family that I come from, it's not a rich family. The boys are struggling. And I was praying to God, and I told God that, God, you know I'm a hard-working man. Give me money. When you give me money, I'm going to set up a certain supermarket and call it Kumburwa and Grandsons. And that is going to be business, family business. It's going to employ all the Kumburwa family. That's what I can do for the family. It's not nepotism. That's what I can do for the family. The elderly ones can go to the shop every month and pack up things from the shop, from groceries to what that can take care of them for the rest of the month, plus some kind of allowance, so they can stay there. The younger ones will be employed, and as they are employed, they will feed it. And I laughed and told myself, even if I did, the same Kumburwa family would steal everything in there, cripple it, and come back and open mouth and are looking at you. Wallahi, Baba, IQ, Allah. Don't do that. 24-hour economy, beautiful thing, but patriotism. If there's patriotism, there's no need for supervision. Or very little supervision, and everything is done. If it costs more to employ a watchman over the goose, then why buy the goose at all? Come here, my Lord, and dash it away. It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kokoshonomo, where we speak truth to power. And when we return, we have more. Hey, we have a powerful story coming up next. Give me 30 seconds. When I return, we'll also be reading your messages. Send them in. Hey! Wayo!
Blakk Pot, Kokoshonomo.
This is the Blakk Pot, aka Coco Showman. Here we speak truth to power. Thank you so much for joining us. And remember to hit on the subscription button so you can subscribe to our channels, and also hit on the notification button. And again, please share the broadcast. Come here, my youth. Next story. Now look at the next story. It's interesting. It's very interesting. It says Ghanaian who changed names to survive Nigerian football. Hey, why? Ask yourself, why? Who is that Ghanaian? Do we all remember him? This is Atamosis. We all remember Atamosis. Oh yes, Atamosis. He used to play his football in Nigeria. And then we discovered him and brought him to play for the Black Stars. Remember, he used to bang in goals? He used to play for a certain team in Nigeria called NIGERIAN or something like that. I'm not a follower of football, but I remember Atamosis when I was even at T.I. Ahmadiyya Secondary School. His name was all over the place. But listen to his story, and you'll be shocked, and you'll know that Africa, we have a long way to go. Run the story. Watch it. Meet Atamosis, the ex-Ghanaian player who changed his name to Conquer Nigeria. Conquer. Run the story. It says, in the world of football, every player's journey to success is unique, and that's no different for ex-Ghanaian footballer Atamosis. Come here. Watch me, my youth. Born as a twin in the central region of Ghana and initially named Peter Techi. That's his original name. Peter Techi. The former Olympic Marseille striker had to adapt to a new identity to find acceptance, underline acceptance, and opportunity, underline opportunity in Nigeria. He had to change his name to be able to gain acceptance and opportunity in Nigeria. Jesus have mercy. Despite his undeniable talent and flashes of brilliance, Atamosis, as he was once known, faced an uphill battle in his early football career. His breakthrough came when his brother took him to Nigeria, seeking greener pastures and a chance to showcase his skills. However, the political climate between Ghana and Nigeria at the time posed a significant hurdle. Due to tensions between the two West African nations, Atamosis' Ghanaian origin made it difficult for him to secure a job to play for, a club to play for. I went to Nigeria at a time when there were issues with Ghana, so it was difficult for me to find a job, Atamosis recalled in a 2022 interview with Ernest Blue Smith. Desperate to pursue his football dreams, Peter Techi realized that a change of name was the key to overcoming the obstacle. With the help of a friend's birth certificate bearing the name Atamosis, he adopted this new identity, hoping it will open doors that had previously been closed. My real name is not Atamosis. My real name is Peter Techi. And my twin brother is Paul Techi. And my father is Mr. Techi. He said, he added, for 3 years, anytime I go there, I get rejected. So a friend of mine in Ghana gave me his birth certificate, which bears the name Atamosis. The name sounds Nigerian, so they accepted me. The first club I went to, I told them I was an Igbo. That's correct. You even look Igbo. You look Igbo. We are one people. And they believed me because I look like them. Oh, you are. By the time they became aware of my nationality, I had become a big player. It's easy to spot the playing style of Ghanaians. I even had to become a shoemaker and a painter and use that money for transportation. People urged me to give up on football, but I refused. I played for stationery, moved to NEPA, and later joined First Bank FC, one of the rich clubs before stores came for me, the ex-player stated. The name Atamosis proved to be the game changer for the ex-Ghanaian player. It allowed him to blend in and be attracted by the Nigerian football community, paving the way for his remarkable rise to prominence. His talent and flair on the field quickly captivated Nigerian fans, and he earned the title of Goal King and highest goal scorer in the Nigerian Professional Football League. After Moses' football journey took him from Stationary Stores FC and NEPA Lagos FC to First Bank FC before he finally secured his breakthrough in Europe. He played for Fortuna Düsseldorf in Germany and Toulon in France, and eventually reached the pinnacle of his career with Olympique Marseille. After Moses, the once rejected Ghanaian footballer who adopted a new identity to chase his dreams, became a household name in Nigeria and a celebrated figure in the world of African football. Jesus have mercy. Irade. This is the Igbo man, Ghana Igbo man, from Peter Techi to Atta Moses, before they would accept him. What are we doing to ourselves? Meanwhile, if he was Chinese or Indian, quickly they would accept him. If he was European, American, they would have accepted him quickly. But with us, we are always tearing down each other in order to remain relevant. Why? I'm glad that this story has come to light. And you might think that this thing is a thing of the past. It's still happening. The moment you start speaking and people tell your accent, you are a Nigerian, everybody starts touching their pockets because you are 419. When you go to Nigeria and you start speaking and they realize this is a Ghanaian, hey, in the young grammar, they see you as a soft prey. In Nigeria, when you start speaking and they realize it's a Ghanaian, yes, they admire you one way or the other, but you are a very soft prey. They easily will pick you up because we need be. Why are we doing this to ourselves? But it's not only the countries, even internally. This foolishness is happening. When the Ewe man is speaking English, you don't need a soothsayer to tell you that this is an Ewe man. Some people already start laughing in their heads, and then they try bringing in undertones of ethnocentrism, ethnicity, tribalism, and then they deny you a job because you are from an area where they believe in juju. That's the stereotype. When Northerners speak English, you can tell that this guy is a Northerner. When you go looking for a job and you start speaking, they already know which part of the nation you are from. We are so stereotyped, we kill ourselves with these stereotypes. It's unfortunate. So the question I'm asking is, if you were sick in the hospital and needed an open heart surgery to survive, and all of a sudden, they say the doctor has come. The doctor comes and he tells you, hey, my brother, how are you doing? I hope you are not in the grade. Would you all of a sudden say, hey, don't touch me. Please, you are an Ewe man, go. Would you say that? Or if you are flying in a plane and all of a sudden you hear somebody speaking with a northern accent, are you going to ask him to drop you off the plane? Because you have a stereotype against Northerners, or the Gans, or the Asantes. All these ethnic groups are supposed to give us the spice of life, which is variety. But we rather see these as weapons of division. We weaponize our ethnicities, the so-called tribes, and we use that against each other. When are we going to grow? I don't see that in America. I don't see someone say, oh, you are from Wisconsin, and therefore you are by a certain river, and blah, blah, blah. No, sir. An American is an American. The British is a British. You might be able to tell from somebody who comes from the countryside because of the way they act and talk. You could tell, but they are still Americans. But here, We even burn each other alive, all because of our tribes. Look at what is happening in what's that area, the new area. My brother, is sad. Amongst the Chala people, the Kele people, Akwele people, it's sad. Because of a yam festival, they are killing each other. Look at what happens in the north every now and then. Today, Mampusis and Kusasis, they think they are different people, so they are fighting each other. They don't know they are the same people. Sometimes I wish the world would come to an end so that we all will go home and rest. There's too much foolishness happening amongst us. That's what happened to Atamoses. He had to change his name to get acceptability and opportunity. How many of us had a brother, the Gati man? He came from the Gati land, stayed in Bono for some time. He learned how to speak Twi very, very well. He also stayed in Kumasi. And when he ended up in Accra, he was always telling people that he was from Bono for acceptability and opportunity. Until I met him one day, and we were proudly talking about where we came from and how we're able to enhance this kind of this and that to be able to push people forward. Before he pulled me aside and said, I'm truly a Dagati man. But I had to tell you, lie to you that I'm Ashanti. Bono. Because that's what I've lived a life of lies all this while. Please, let's accept each other. It is not our fault that we are Bono or Ashanti or Dagomba or Sisala or Mampusi or Kusasi. It's not our fault. The Mampusi man you are killing today in Boko, he could have just been a Kusasi. The Kusasi man we are killing today, he could have also been a Mampusi. Now your wives, your brothers and sisters are getting married. So when they marry, they are half Kusasi and half Mampusi. How are you going to call them? I actually don't understand, honestly. Let's dash it away. When we return, we'll be reading your messages. Until then, wayo!
Blakk. Coco chora, mano.
This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Coco Showman here. We speak truth to power. Let's see the comments coming in. You can also have your comments read here. You just have to send them to Facebook or even via YouTube. And Jude Sigri says, Black Rasta, greetings. The Blakk Pot is gonna be more hot and it's boiling today. All right. Asma Banda says, greetings to our general lecturer, Black Rasta and the crew. Thank God it's Friday. Sway GH says, watching live from Ho. Hey, big up the people them inside Ho. I love Ho. Petrina O2 says, greetings, Black Rasta. I have been MIA for a while, but I watch the recorded show every day. Oh, okay, he's been away for some time. You know, he's been absent for some time, but he watches the recorded version every day. And I'm glad to be here today. More fire. Let's rewind the mindset of our people. Mohammed Banjea. Mohammed Banjea 1, a.k.a. MC Scorpion. Mazunguna ayulma mbole venyela. Mohammed Banjea. Finally, the black pot is here. I nearly fell sick upon waiting for you. Much love and respect to you, Black Rasta, the crew, and all the listeners. Juma Mubarak, and it's signed by MC Scorpion inside a Shaiman. Hi, Mubarak. Francis Ampim says, Jah guide you and your crew, Blakk. The show is live and is about to rewire the mindset of our people. No one is bigger than the truth. More fire. Surakatu Sufiano says, more fire. And Wadini Boy says, good evening, Black Rasta, speaking truth to power. Goswe Jata says, Blakk, live in Kumasi. Thank God it's Friday. Come here. Wayo. Ekene Okoli says, Black Rasta, one love. Idris Dumagu, yes, says, God bless you, Blakk. Paul Skimo says, hey, respect Black Rasta, Ghana shall rise again. Sweet Papito says, Juma Mubarak, come here. Wayo. Olivia Winzy says, hello, Black Rasta. Yesterday I made an error in English and I was corrected by my friend could not explain to me why I was wrong. We were taught to recite and not to understand. Well, it's all right. I mean, it's not our language. We would always make mistakes, and as to when we are able to correct ourselves and each other, yeah, man, we move on. Atu French says, hello, Black Rasta. So disallowing a man from attending an important event within his jurisdiction and allowing another man outside that jurisdiction to attend that event, is it appropriate? Okay, I'm going to explain that. If you look at it like this, then of course, it's going to be skewed towards the inappropriateness of the thing. But my brother, let's look at it in this sense. Asantehene is a stranger. Bono, chairman of House of Chiefs, he's actually the one ruling Bono. So if he can stay at home and there will be peace on his land, it's a sacrifice he needs to have. That's what I'm saying. So the bigger picture is it shouldn't have happened. There shouldn't have been any confusion. And I am happy that it didn't come out like Asantehene said, if Bonohene is coming, then I won't come. No. It's just the people of the area who have gone to sit with Bonohene, and then they reasoned with him and he saw reason in what they said. It happens to me sometimes. I don't want to go into the specifics, but there was a show that I hosted. I hosted alongside some people, a concert. And we brought in a stranger, foreign artist, to come and play. And when I was going on stage, this foreign artist said, I'm giving you just 20 minutes to play. After 20 minutes, if you don't play, if you don't finish and come off stage, I'm not coming on stage anymore. And I told myself, why don't you come and play? And when you finish all the number of hours you want to play, then I come and play and satisfy the fans my own way too. He said, nobody plays after me. Once I play, show ends. Listen. So with the other organizers, I told them, you know what? Our fans have seen us enough. He is the new guy. Put him there. Let him play the number of hours he wants to play. It's all right. In the African culture, we give credence to the stranger. Sometimes we even give our food out to the stranger and go hungry. We give our beds out to the stranger and we go hungry. In this case, Asantehene was going into another territory. And for me, Bonohene has gained my respect more for staying aside so this thing can be done. When Asantehene goes away, they can continue. Run the story. Teta Abraham says, welcome Black Empire Media. Respect. Kelvin GH says, fire up the living legend. Asma Banda says, greetings to you, Black Rasta. We thank God for having you to remind us where we are from. Thank God it's Friday. Gariba Taluta says, Jah protect and guide you, Black Rasta. TCJJ says, Blakk, our whole system needs overhauling. Nothing works. So patriotism is the answer. And Alasa Mohammed said, Woyo. And Tom Haruna says, my name is TK from Tema Community 1. Tema Committee 1 side 20. Blakk RASTA, in fact, Tema, people love you. We love the way you love Ghana. Thank you. You are bold and truthful. You are a bold and truthful journalist. Ghana needs people like you to fight for us. Some of them never stay in Tema and Accra. I've never stayed in Tema or Accra before. So they don't understand or know day and night work. Tell the other regions to come to Tema daytime and understand the 24-hour economy. Well, Tema is the hub of industrialization in Ghana. I understand what you're saying. Tom Haruna says, welcome, Blakk RASTA. Tete Abraham says, may God bless you. And Tom Haruna says, wow, Blakk RASTA. Why are you a Ghana man? Ghana man. Well, I don't know what. Why are you a Ghana man? I don't know what you're talking. Maybe you missed a word there. Maybe you wanted to say Gonja or something. Come back. Don't let me think for you. Okay. Famous Dagomba Senior says, may Allah the Almighty bless you. We are proud of you. Franca James says, are you a Gonja man? Okay, so he's come back again. No, I am an African man. You know, I normally prefer to say I'm an African man. And when I water it down, then I say I'm a Ghanaian. Yeah, that's what I am. But I am everything. I have brothers and sisters who are Gonjas. Some of my uncles are Ashantis. Some are Sisales. Some are even Gans. So anywhere I go, I am that. Now I'm Gan because I am in Ashanti. And when I go to Ashanti, I'm an Ashanti man. And I sit with Asantehene, and we all dance Adua. King, 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 king. Oko? Oko? Boko. Boko. All right. And then famous Dagomba Sina says, he's Dagomba. Can't we see he's speaking Dagomba? Wait, no. Franca James says, I swear you are acting like a Gonja man. I would have killed myself if I was a Gonja man. Gonja. Am I crazy? Gonja. Me. We arrested all the Gonjas and took them to Tumu. They are our slaves there. Come to Tumu and see them. And afterwards, I take it to Asantehene's palace. Some people won't understand this thing I said. It's coded language. That is why tradition is so beautiful. Now, I've just spoken in a coded language. If he is a Gonja man, he understands what I've said. Those who are from the northern enclave, all of them should be able to understand this thing that I just said, but it's coded language. The beauty of tradition. Maybe one day I'll decode it. Run the reading, my youth. Next story. And keep your messages coming in. This one says, NIGERIAN gives Bawumia reality awakening. My God. Hey. Bawumia is the fake economist. He's the lying politician, the king of lies. And now, NIGERIAN, where he comes from. You know he's from Wale Wale. He's a Mamprusi man. I mean, the Mamprusi people are a very wonderful people. In fact, in the Moli Dagbani setup, the Mamprusis are one of the oldest. Older than the Dagomba. Older than the other ones. The Mamprusi. I love them. So NIGERIAN is one of the most powerful palaces in the world in terms of history and culture. And NIGERIAN, where Bawumia comes from, has asked him to go to Boko and talk so that there can be peace there. NIGERIAN is almost losing interest in Bawumia. That's what I see. You are going around talking about economy, the dollar, and your people are dying in Boko. Have you sat for a second to think about, okay, so these are my people. At least I'm a Mamprusi. We have a small misunderstanding with the Kusasi. Can I go there and have dinner with the people? Can we find a way of sorting things out? They are all waiting for Asantehene to do that. That's what NIGERIAN is saying. and giving Bawumia a rude awakening. I call it a reality awakening. But another chief in the Gonja area, that's what the Gonjas cheer. You know what they did? They have crowned Bawumia. That's him. After that, he will eat kapal. And they'll get him a Gonja woman to take home to massage him. That's what the Gonjas, they are very, 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 very hospitable. The head is too big, so the heart couldn't sit in it proper. It's hanging like a Jewish heart. That's Bawumia. This is where Mahama is from. The Gonja area. They have crowned him the king of unity. And then his own NIGERIAN says, hey, Bawumia, 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 Chamia, Chamia, Nzang peace nandamani, Chamia, Chamia. Can you juxtapose the two? Mohammed's place, they have crowned him the king of unity. And NIGERIAN comes out to say, hey, there's nothing unity about you. Go to the people in Boko and help to bring peace there and unity. That's when we can crown you. It's coded language, isn't it? I'm saying Mohammed's place, Gonja land, crowned Bawumia and gave him a smoke and a hat and called him the king of unity. But his own place, his people, the NIGERIAN, warned him in one way or the other. Please, there's so much bloodshed in Boko. Our people are dying. Go and help bring unity. It means that the unity smoke that they have given to you, you are not deserving of it yet until you bring peace there. I've decoded it. But listen to what Alote Jacobs is saying. Do you know Alote Jacobs? You know him, right? He used to be with the NDC. Well, he says he's still a member, but his allegiance now is with the NPP. That's okay. Democracy. He's saying something. Watch this. Bawumia's enskinment, please, enskinment as chief of unity should put fear in his opponents. Fear in who? The cockroaches and the lizards? Or who? Oh, my brother. Run the story, my youth. It says, Alote Jacobs has congratulated Vice President Dr. Bawumia on his enskinment as chief of unity. Now, the king and overlord of Gonja, Jire Kunubi, the first has enskinned Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia as blah, 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 which is translated as chief of unity, at a colorful ceremony in Damongo. Oh, that's good. Your Bongura himself was there and he prayed for him and said, even if you are not deserving of this, it should encourage you to be able to be a unifier. That's what he said in his own words. That's a very smart man. Run the story. And Alote Jacobs, speaking on Peace FM, says what? He noted that the chieftaincy honor should send shivers down the spine of the opposition to tell how the northern regions are solidly behind the vice president. Dash it away. Okay, well, so the rude awakening or the reality is that his own NIGERIAN has asked him to do the needful, bring peace between the Mampusis and the Kusasis. It will be a shame that a Mampusi or a Kusasi is elevated to the level of the presidency, vice president or the president, and there is no lasting peace in the area. I don't know what it is. And I know that NIGERIAN is not happy. Because recently, the nation sent soldiers to go to NIGERIAN and arrest the king of the Mampusi, Bawumia's chief. And the youth said, Come here and see. Finally, they had to withdraw that. I don't want to whip up sentimental, whatever, tribal sentiments, because I don't do that. I hate it. But my brother, if you have risen to the level of a vice president, I think you can do more to bring peace in the area. Don't be happy when they give you a smock and a hat to wear and they call you the chief of unity. Who have you united? He has rather disintegrated people with lies. Who has Bawumia united? Who? His own party is disintegrating because of his lies and the lies of Nana Akufo-Addo. So this is a misplaced priority. It's a lie. Bawumia is not the chief of nothing except lies. Dash the chief of lies away. Final story and we're done. The last story, my brother, my sister, says STC to use electric buses now. State Transport Company, they call it now. It used to be State Transport Corporation. This is it. Those days, this was the epitome of safety and luxury in Ghana transport. I remember from Tamale going to school in Kumasi, we had to buy a ticket 1 month before time or you won't get it. And then you go and stand there. I remember in those days, to queue to even buy the tickets, sometimes you use stones. You put a stone there with your name on it. Hey, we have come far. That's it, STC. But now they are saying that they want to use electric buses. And they are decently dressed. I mean, the NPP government has been able to deal with this thing quite well, honestly. And when you look at the buses and the way these people are dressed, there's even internet on the buses and all that. I think that is not bad at all. It's very good. Who brought Ayalolo buses? Is it Mahama? I think it's Mahama, right? Ayalolo buses are all destroyed and gone. Tata buses in the days of Liman, gone. You know, Kufuor and the rest, all those people brought up some of these things. We should be able to have a certain culture of maintenance so that we will continue. STC has been there from long, and they keep doing it. And I like the way they have been able to brand it to this level. You understand? But I think there's more they can do. Recently, they were burning their offices all over Ghana, and that was sad. Look at how they are dressed. Which other country in Africa does this? Please, let's push this agenda and push it for the nation, not politics. Yeah? Okay, so they are going to use electric buses. Wow. STC to move from diesel buses to electric buses. And this is Nana Komia revealing. Who is Nana Komia? This is the man. You know I love him. But he told... let me choose my words well because he's my brethren. He told us untruths. You remember when he said that the NPP was going to build houses and that they were going to make sure that everybody had a house and that kind of thing. Yes. You remember that thing, housing issue? And it never came to pass. Accommodation and all that. And he's never been able to come back and say that, well, this is it, this is it. And another promise is coming up. So we take it with a pinch of salt. Much as is so appetizing and nice, we need to have this thing happen. Because electricity running the buses will be so good. It means pollution will be cut down. But to use electric buses in Ghana and Galamsey is still rife is a nullification of the whole caboodle. That's my way. I'm done. Thank you so much for coming along. We appreciate you and we love you. It's been the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Koko Shownamo, where we speak truth to power. Shall we have your final messages before we leave? Right? Final messages dropping. I want to appreciate you and I want to say thank you so much. If you want to contact us, our numbers, in fact, WhatsApp numbers are always rolling on the screens and we would have you, treated like a good guest anytime we get your message. We also encourage you to do business with us. You know, we thrive on business. Run the stories. Let's hear them as quickly as possible, and then we'll be done. Let your messages flow quickly. Okay, so this is Cyril. Ewia Pipra says, respect my youth. Mawuli M. Amaglo says, nobody is bigger than the truth. Haki Don Panza says, Blakk, I salute you, brother. Abubakar Sharif says, Tanganyika and Zanzibar in 1964, 10 years before I was born. Thank you so much. Bala Majid says, teacher, I can listen to you 24/7 all the way from Belgium. Respect my youth. Blessed. And Haki Don Panza says, you are a living legend. Bless up, senior man. Love and respect. And then Eric Kuma Sogabado says, Blakk, I am watching you from Qatar, Doha. You are 1 in a million. It is my prayer that may the Lord open the minds of Africans to understand the wisdom we are preaching. Amen. Amponsa Augustine says, hi, Blakk. Zibli Muhammad says, that's true. Kojoan Fool says, worse, my brother. Wanini Boy says, Blakk, how far with Reverend Kusi Boateng's case? Ghana. Well, the man with the 2 faces, 2 mothers, 2 different days of birth, is still in court and they are handling it. It's a shame. Ellie the vlogger says, more fire. Is that all? All right. So my name is Blakk RASTA and I want to say thank you. I appreciate you and I love you. Come here. I want to say I love you. Catch me again on Monday. Between Monday and Friday, we always come your way at 5 p.m. sharp Ghana time. Until then, I love you. Thanks for being with me for the whole week. God bless you. May your wishes come true. And those of you who have no work, may you get work. Hey! Wayo!
Bawumia.